Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 119th edition of the greatest show on earth. Welcome to Gunther's farewell tour, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, producer Kenneth Feld proudly presents the 119th edition of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, the greatest show on earth. Lights, camera, action!
The 119th edition of the greatest show on earth is circus history in the making, celebrating as it does the farewell tour of the greatest animal trainer of all time, Gunther Gable-Williams. Gunther Gable-Williams began his circus career at the age of 12, working as an usher for Germany's renowned Circus Williams. He trained as an acrobat, becoming an expert bareback rider before turning his attention to the difficult and demanding world of animal training.
In 1967, right after my father bought Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus, he made the decision to create a second unit of the greatest show on earth. For this, he had to have tigers, he had to have horses, he had to have elephants, a whole new circus. So he had heard about a man that worked with all of these animals. But it wasn't just the combination of animals. It was a presence that this man had. And my father said, I've got to find him.
Mr. Philip was very nice from the beginning. He said, come to America. I said, sure, I come to America. So when I thought this works out, one day we stay on a boat, and the next 2 weeks later we stepped in America. And say, Christopher Columbus, here we come.
Gunther was a man that for 20 years in America hasn't had a day off. So Gunther wanted a rest, and that is really how the farewell tour came about.
After an intensive worldwide talent search, producer Kenneth Feld assembled the world's top circus acts to join with Gunther in the current production.
The presentation, I knew, had to be the best ever. And Gunther has always been of the belief, get the best acts around me, put the best acts in the show. It's only going to make me look better.
In December of 1988, the entire company reported for rehearsals in Venice, Florida, the winter quarters home of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. On hand were over 100 artists, 26 clowns, 18 showgirls, 20 African and Asian elephants, 18 Bengal tigers, 30 Lipizzaner and Arabian stallions, 2 Belgian horses, 2 Shetland ponies, 1 quarter horse, and a lively assortment of camels, llamas, leopards, wolfhounds, bears, and sea lions.
We've worked in quite a few circuses in Europe, but to actually come to America and work in Gunther's farewell tour, which is, everybody knows it, it's a big honor.
This is a man who has charisma, he has style, but he also has a great personal warmth and a great personal dedication to everything that he does.
There have to be first trust. There have to be a little friendship in any kind. You have to be changed all the time. You have to be gentle to horse. You have to be a very strong personality for elephants, and you have to be the master of everybody in the cage. So when I make practice, I start in the morning with tigers and with horses, after and with elephants. When I come home, I'm beaten.
He's up at 6 o'clock in the morning feeding the animals and talking to them, and he knows everybody's name on the entire unit that travels here. This is a man who treats everybody that he works with like family.
Since I was 9 years old, I've dreamed about working with Gunther and the greatest show on earth. Now it's a dream come true. I wish this tour would never end.
Each edition of The Greatest Show on Earth is the culmination of weeks and months of work, not only on the part of performers, but by a corps of dedicated craftsmen and designers, responsible for creating the hundreds of dazzling costumes, lighting and sound effects, choreography and music. It is only through this unique ensemble effort that a new circus spectacular is born. The intensive rehearsals have come to an end. The artists and animals are ready for the public.
Through the years, movie heroes have come and gone, but in the circus constellation, one star remains constant. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest circus star in the world, America's 20th century circus hero, Gunther Gable-Williams.
You never really can trust a horse performing very well. You can train him so good as possible. And when you have 18 horses together in one ring, one messed up and 18 horses be messed up. So it's really a high pressure situation all the time. And when you come out and nothing happens, you'll be very lucky.
New to the circus this year is a freewheeling three-ring display featuring the daredevil roller skating of the Willers from Great Britain and dazzling high-tech hula hoops, spun by Marie Perry of the United States in Ring 3 and in Ring 1 from Bulgaria, Desi.
When I started hula hooping, I purchased my first hula hoop for $1, and I never thought it would lead to this.
In my act, I work with 30 hoops, and my world record is 75. I started 30 hoops turning around my body, then I put 10 more, and 10 more until it was 70, and then 5 more, the hardest part. I got the idea to go up in the air with the hula hoops from a Russian girl. And I really liked it because it's different. All the girls do their acts on the floor. Maybe I should do it in the air.
We never stop learning, and we always try and practice to do new things and make it more spectacular and much better. The table is 6 foot in diameter and about approximately 4 feet off the ground. So if you did come off it at the speeds we're going, it would be very dangerous.
Concentrate as hard as you can. Even though it looks like you're not, you're having a good time and you're smiling and having fun, you still got to be in control of yourself.
Trust plays a really big part in this act. I mean, if I wasn't to trust these two, I don't think I'd be able to go out there and work.
And when we're out there, we just have such a lot of fun together, and it's great that we're a whole family doing that.
P.T. Barnum once said, "Clowns are the pegs upon which the circus is hung."
A walk-around it's a series of clown gags that happens right before the flying act.
It's like a one-line joke. They don't require any kind of an explanation. You look at it and instantly you see what's funny about it.
To be a Ringling clown, I guess it's the Cadillac of clowning.
It's something that you grow to love more and more as time goes by.
want to work a gag, you must be ready to do some physical comedy involved with the gag. Laughter is the thing that we're after. This is it. This is the response. The response from the audience is everything. It's the greatest feeling in the world when you do something and everybody dies laughing. You can't get better than that.
Those daring young men and women floating through the air with the greatest of ease are the Flying Alejandros over Ring 1, and over Ring 3, the Flying Lunas. Watch now, as for the first time in 119 years, the legendary triple somersault is performed by two fabulous female flyers. Over Ring 1, Maricela, and over Ring 3, Frances Luna. And now, a moment of classical music and classic clowning. In a symphony of silliness that strikes just the right comic chord, we present the world-famous Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clowns. I direct your attention to the slender strand of silver high above the Hippodrome track. From Colombia, South America, the Carrillo brothers, featuring the fearless team of Luis Pozo, Pedro Carrillo Sr., and performing alongside his father, Pedro Carrillo Jr.
I don't really want my son to do in the high wire because I know how dangerous the kind that we're doing, and I prefer for him to do something different. I pray to God to nothing happen to him.
Come with us now, back thousands of years, to the dawn of the circus spectacle, when wild beasts and noble gladiators thrilled the spectators of ancient Rome. Producer Kenneth Feld proudly presents Circus Maximus.
Behold, in the great Circus Maximus cage, fearlessly facing 18 royal Bengal tigers, Gunther Gable-Williams.
A tiger is not a very big lover. A tiger is very close to a human. Love me today and call me in the morning. So bring everybody together every day and make a nice, quiet, successful act. For the audience, looks so easy, but it's a very tough situation.
Relive the glory that was Rome. High atop their slowly rotating pedestal, magnificent Roman statues miraculously come to life, executing breathtaking maneuvers in a stunning display of style and strength, balance and beauty.
A performance director's job is very diverse. The performance director organizes the timing of the show, the different traffic patterns in and out for all the animals and artists. There can be 40, sometimes 50 entrances and exits for artists, animals, and floats during the 2.5-hour performance.
The greatest show on earth hits the slopes with the Royal Canadian Aerial Ski Squadron. All eyes to the apex of the arena as these daring young men descend the treacherous slope, attempting a spectacular series of mid-air maneuvers.
We stand at the top with our toes right on the brink of Never Never landing. Grab our hands like this, just to reassure each other that we're still there.
Keep our shoulders close together. Actually, we lean on each other a little bit all the way down the in-run. That way I know if he falls down, well, then I will too, but likewise. So I don't fall, he doesn't fall, we're okay. It's a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and away we go.
And the airborne acrobatics continue with a quartet of aerialists. Above the hippodrome track, Linnea on the single trapeze. The Arnosi duo on the aerial cradle. Over ring 1, Ricardo displays his peerless prowess on the cloud swing, while above ring 2, his daughter Gabriella performs on the single trapeze.
When you see all those people and that spotlight hits you, just a new person pops out of you, you know? It just pops out and you're like, you know, the people are looking at me now. My name has been announced, you know, I'm ready to go. You know, just style and look at the people, you know, and, you know, express yourself.
From 3 rings of amazing aerialists to 3 rings of animal antics. In ring 1, from Great Britain, the Peterson Sea Lions. In ring 3, Tina Gable and her Russian Wolfhounds. And in ring 2, from Czechoslovakia, the Barasek Bears.
love working with sea lions because they are very affectionate, very clever. They can be witty in some ways. Wally is a calm sort of fella. He does his work, doesn't bother anybody. Cuddles is different. She's more nervous.
Excitable. She likes to run after people and annoy them.
Saddle up and send in the clowns for some highfalutin rootin' tootin'. Our comic cowpokes bring their own brand of merriment to the silliest saloon this side of the big top. From the wild and woolly west to towering teeterboard triumphs, 3 rings of acrobatic excellence featuring in Ring 3 from Hungary, the Tokaj. In Ring 2 from Bulgaria, the Kahayavi. And in Ring 1 from the United States of America, the Hernandez.
The reason why there's 10 people in our act is because we have different jobs that we all do.
Timothy is a spotter.
Well, spotting is a critical part of the teeterboard act. I have to anticipate that they might miss at any time. So that gives them the confidence to fly through the air.
An understander has a big responsibility in the act to support all the weight for the catcher so he can catch the flyer.
I'm a catcher. That means I have to compensate for what the flyer's going to do. If the flyer's too low or too high or crooked or too far into me or too far away from me, I have to be able to compensate for it and get that flyer onto my shoulders.
I'm what you call a kicker. I jump off the pedestal, hit one end of the board, and send the flyer into the air.
I'm a flyer, which means I do the somersault to the 4-man high and the 5-man high. It's a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of concentration.
When you're doing it, you don't have a lot of time to think. You go up, you do your somersault, and you land.
I'm very proud to be performing with my family and friends. I'm proud to be carrying on my family tradition. It's a great challenge for me to keep everything running smoothly, and I know everything is running smoothly when I stand in the spotlight and listening to the cheering and the screaming at the end of the act.
In the Turkish language, ayak means feet to feet. The greatest show on earth takes pride in presenting the most death-defying aerial exhibition in its 119-year history, swinging high above Ring 2, relying solely on the strength and dexterity of their bare hands and feet, the amazing Ayak brothers.
If I would see somebody else do it, I would think as well it's impossible for 2 guys to hang by the feet and toes just like that. So we treat it like a gift from God.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, after 20 star-spangled years with the greatest show on earth, after winning the hearts of more than 100 million fans from around the globe, here he is in his farewell appearance with Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, America's legendary circus hero, the Lord of the Rings, Gunther Gable-Williams.
most attention and the most work and careful have to be the elephants. You have to be a strong personality, be a very respectful person, be a person stay always the same, not up and down.
Our show draws to a close, and an era ends as well. The time has come to honor one of our own as he makes his final entrance with the greatest show on earth.
I look. Every year I look. Every year since I met Gunther, I've looked for another Gunther. There are a lot of performers. There are a lot of great performers. I don't know if there will ever be another Gunther.
You really have to have a lot of respect for Gunther because he's always out here. Every show, he never misses. He's always up, and he gets the other people going. He's really one of those untouchable people.
I see children with signs, you know, we're gonna miss you, Gunther, you know, and it feels so special.
You're talking about a man that's entertained over 100 million people, and children decades from now will talk about him and will remember what he did.
The audience just go crazy for him. Even from opening, when he first comes out in his white outfit on the horse, the audience goes nuts. They love him.
I think most of the world knows that Gunther's a great trainer and performer and an extraordinary man, but we who work with him have the privilege of knowing he's a great friend too.
For me, it's a sad thing to see him go because I've never been in a circus without him, and I really like him a lot. Rocco feels the same way.
Well, since this is my dad's farewell tour, it's, in a way it is sentimental that he is taking it easy and he's going to kind of step out of the ring, but he's not going to step out of the circus. The circus is always going to be in his blood and with him.
I've been together with animals for 40 years, and I never would say goodbye. When I use this word retiring is only performing. I never were retiring on circus and business and what I have learned all these years. I like to do it much, much longer. Not better things, but different things.
He's always going to be in the ring in a tuxedo supervising. He's always going to be training, putting new animal acts together for my brother, for other people. He's always going to be on the floor supervising the elephants. He's always going to be setting up tents. He's always going to be walking 5-mile animal walks.
I don't go fishing. I never was fishing in my life, so why I have to do it now? So I stay in the business, absolutely.
His heart belongs to his fans. His name belongs to the ages. Thank you, Gunther Gable-Williams. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And may all your days be circus days.